さんこんばんは。Sorry, I'm a bit late. まあ、朝めます。Anyways, alright, okay, yeah, it's March, so it's not quite winter, spring for most people, yes? But for most, places where I grew up, Hokkaido, northern Japan, it's still wintertime, shall we say? Yeah. Just a bit of precursor of how bad the snow is around there. Okay, this is a standard front door in Japan. In Hokkaido, it's what's called the door hood, so it doesn't blow in. So the snowstorm doesn't blow in, and when you get snowed in, you still have a bit of chance of getting out, or at least starting to shovel out. You'll see this in not a whole lot of snow country anime, but then there's one that I distinctly remember is Kyoto Animation version Canon from 2005, around there. I think it was. They have one of these in their in the towns that they depict, and this is more of an extreme cases, but it still not where I was in Sapporo and some other yeah, what's called the central, not quite central, central Hokkaido, because that's more of a very wide open plain area, so it doesn't snow as bad. But for those in the deeper snow country, where they get a deep minimum a meter and over, so basically the first floor gets snowed in. Yes, that's for getting out from upstairs. There are many other this is more in Hokkaido, and then you'll see quite a bit in northern mainland Honshu as well, where there's a secondary entrance slash exit upstairs. Now the reason I'm saying this is that yeah, we don't get that much snow these days, but then yeah, it does happen once in a while, as it turns out. Okay, this was in the end of February this year, in 22. You see where the stop sign is? On the surface of the snow? And yeah, some are bad enough that it actually is socking in the stop sign. But it doesn't help that basically the snow plow would actually no, see this little pole here? That's because just so the snow plow know where the stop sign is, so it would avoid slamming into it. But that also means that they'll be piling on snow around it. And yeah, some forget it. Some are not quite. Some are not even showing up on the background. Okay, so so that'll be just a tad vivid. Yeah, that'll be like east. Yeah, that'll be in the east side of Sapporo. Okay, and this is inside of the city of Sapporo. So as you can see, yes, the snowplow goes through here and they'll pile up. They'll pile up snow on the side of the street and sidewalk. Well, good luck. Okay, here's somewhere even worse, as you can see. The street sign. No, the road sign is actually about that height. And yes, it's becoming a tourist attraction. And yeah, there's an intersection somewhere under there. Looks a bit. Yeah, again, Snowbro doesn't want to hit the street, and that's what happens. Let's see. I need to check. For a moment, excuse for a second. First, it's not showing up properly. And here's the sad one. Yeah, try buying something exactly what you want, without banging on the window first. Yamizawa, so that'd be more in more mountainous region, yeah. There, you don't see the street sign anymore at all. Gone. Oh yeah, and the ski hill. If it's only about like only a few feet off the ground now, or under. So this oxymoron. Basically they are actually trying to clear out the snow, so that the lift can operate. Okay, that brings up one of those bizarre cases here. Not exactly what. It's not exactly a Hokkaido specific company, but there's a company called Inaba that actually sells shed, and they claim 100 people can sit on it, and it'll stay standing. By the way, the guy in the center is the CEO, and apparently the order, they're all salespeople, and the people in the front are the ones that actually did a better job, apparently. Right, wrong? And why that matters? That's why. By the way, what you see at the bottom, little tiny bit of here, yeah, this is actually a shed. This one was taken in yeah, this is again in 2020 in on February 7th, about the same as the last one. And oh dear, with that much height in snow. And okay, the good news about the snow in Sapporo region is that they're flaky. Not as it doesn't contain as much moisture as what you'd see in down in mainland northern section. It's little lighter. However, with that much snow, it would probably be like, yeah, a couple tons sitting. It'll be a couple tons of snow sitting on top. And yes, the manufacturer does say, yeah, clear the snow, but then there are cases where it's physically impossible, as you can see. And otherwise, non-snow country specific kind of shed or anything like that, well, there you go. That's what happens with what happens. And for those cars that are buried under the snow, there you go. That's what happens. If you can find your car. Oh, yeah, almost 10 years ago, there was a literally bad snow in eastern Canada, and that time, some idiot actually listed his car on sale for $300, and he had a picture of like I said, a snowfield with a caption that says, "It's buried somewhere on here, underneath here, for $300. You dig it out, and it's yours." But then, if you can find it, well, there you go. And with that much snow, one of the issues that is now kind of making trend that's becoming more apparent with the advent of EV cars. Especially the one without a garage. If you're driving around in the snow, the charging lid becomes frozen solid, so they can't crack it open. And even if you can't open it overnight, yeah. Now, how are you gonna close that or close it up? With conventional engine cars, one of the thing is that because the engine heats up, that actually melts the thing. And there's a comment from an engineer who was involved in EV development. Current technology does not allow EV to be used in a snow country. And yeah, well, there you go. Well, Tesla is more for rich folks, so it's basically built or designed with assumptions that they have a garage with roof and a charging station in the house. There wasn't okay. This one I remember seeing. This guy was commenting, yeah. Is there something we can do about that charging dock in the front side? Even for the ones with Toyota and Subaru, it's in the front side. One comment I remember seeing from the Mitsubishi engineer in Mitsubishi is that that is so that you do not forget to unplug and basically drive off and rip out the whole thingy. If it's gasoline, if you do that with the side door, the worst you can do is just rip out the pipe and damage the bit of a faucet would be the good way to say it. But then on the car side, but then if it's a electrical cable on the plug, if it rips out the wire on the charging side, that'll be minimum few $100, and the plug side on the car, well, that's about the same. That's why it's in the front, so that you do not forget about it. That's what I read somewhere. And also the battery wears out much faster. Okay, this one would be a bit quite controversial in the current scheme of things, but then for a good comparison, in the meantime, in Siberia, that keeps the engine running from October till April, and they get in and out with the other spare key. And they're not afraid of they're not worried about security because nobody would come out try to steal a car in the middle of snow when it's 50 degree below minus 50 degree below freezing temperature. And you'd wonder what they would do when they're gassing up. They would still keep the engine running, as it turns out, because the not the ignition, but in the flash point for gasoline is about minus 40 degree, and these guys are about well below that. So even if there is a fire source next to the gasoline, it's not going to ignite anything. It's that cold. So kids, even if you live in Alaska, don't try this at home. Yeah, especially these days. That's what I guess. And here's the other curious thing that's been happening these days. The light signals. In the old days, there were incandescent lights. So basically, they get the glow by the resistance of electricity, so which gives off heat. So the signal, snow around the snow, it clears out the snow around the signal. However, with LED, it doesn't melt anything. So, believe it or not, snow country is like special, like as I was saying, in Hokkaido and that region. There's one of the least they use the they do not have as much LED traffic signals. Now, they had tried to do a visor or roof like this, and yeah, so long as the snow doesn't pile over the roof that much, yeah, it'll block the way. And some would actually, yeah, basically ice over the right section. Some are actually covered. There's actually covered over the signal. But then again, snow can pile up on top of the cover. And then they started working on the flat ones out. This would be in the Sapporo because that's how the street system works in over there. Instead of saying avenue and street, it would say north 3rd Street and west 1st Street. And yes, so long as it's facing downward, it wouldn't snow wouldn't stick onto the signal side, but they still have issue of snow piling onto the other side, so it would actually again put a load weight on the hinge side, and who knows how long that'll last. And then some idiotic one actually does a it doesn't even make sense. It actually has built-in heater to melt the snow, which basically means that it would actually end up costing more. And for those of you who are not snow country people, well, one thing to keep in mind: leave the window open, and this happens. The only thing he said was that he actually got the dashboard clean afterwards, and he had a heater cranked up, and that's how he dried out the clean side of his car. Okay, I'm a bit biased, but is it just me, or does this look like Prius? Because of the the stick. Looks like one. Who knows? And there was an interesting piece that I came across here. This one would be more from the mainland side of mainland Honshu side. In the middle of nowhere, nowhere village, they actually built a huge high-rise mansion. And believe it or not, people did move in here for a simple reason. The comment they made was that the resident made was that they don't have to plow the snow anymore, or they don't have to clear out the roof once they move in here. It's that that much hard work. Okay, and back to digging out a car. Okay, one trick: you have to know where exactly you parked. That's why some people actually would leave a flag standing beside it. Also, just so that the snowplow wouldn't drive through their car. Also, that if you drive by it, the pressure from the snow would actually bend the side of the side panels of the car, anyways. One of those engineering fail. This is again a snow country. So why the hell would you want to build a roof that is straight down and have the external air conditioning unit sitting outside? That's why you see these a good chunk of them just fell off, just hanging by a wire or by a screw. If that's why the northern side, northern Japan, or these in Japan, the snow countries, they actually built a roof with a slate and usually metal metal slated roof, so the snow would slide off and would not hit the main building. I mean the body of the building. However, one other thing, unlike Hokkaido, for some reason the mainland side, they usually get a moist snow. That means that it's much heavier, and once it stays over over days, melt freeze, it would be super heavy, super dense. So what happens at the as you can see, when the snow came off the roof, it didn't break. This one didn't break off. It just stayed intact, and it actually bent part of the roof, as you can see. And somebody else pointed out, you think this part is brown? That means that roof is corroding, getting dust. So that they gotta fix. Now again. Yeah, sure, deposit money and see what comes out. And even more interesting one from Aomori. Aomori is known for the apples. Now, so there you go. A vending machine that only sells apple juice with different brand of apples all over. Yokurin, Fuji, and a few others. Fuji you might recognize. Most of the others you probably wouldn't recognize over in States, American side, but no idea how the taste different. And even more scary. Keep in mind, Sega actually have released a dev kit or the script for Puyo Puyo, so people can actually mod it and make it into their own kind of Puyo Puyo. Well, folks in Aomori Agricultural Association decided to do with apples. So you're expected to join up 3 or 4 for kind of a same species of apple, and yeah, it makes them go away. Here's the fun part. Instead of scores, it actually gives you in the weight of the apples being erased. Yeah. And the easy one only comes with 4 species of apple, and the difficult one, the hard mode comes with 10 about 10 species as far as I can see. See if you can tell them apart. It'll also be a good test to see if you're colorblind or not, I guess. This one was one of those weird one. Remember that in Japan, well, Japan is a small enough country that the courier service over there is also they have a deeper and a freezer courier as well, and on top of a regular courier. So someone tried to ship out mandarin orange to the north of Japan, and the courier people was suggesting to use a deeper French courier. As well, okay. Wait, what? No, it's a room temperature food. If you don't ship out enough deeper courier, the mandarin will freeze up and it'll rot. So basically, yeah, it's kind of the same idea as a fridge in Alaska. It's there so that their food don't freeze up. Okay, this was one of those fun ones. Again, this one was the February 7th snow in Hokkaido. So there you go. Everything they have canceled all the train operation for a day because they couldn't get the snow out of the way on time. And that's how you see how bad the snow was. And someone was trying to make a Slurpee out of it. Yeah, even for people in Sapporo these days, this ain't exactly what they used to. Yes, someone tried to send a mail, but will anyone come to correct it? So here goes a vending machine. Okay, and this was the picture taken at Shinsapuro station. Just that'll be about 30 minutes from the city center of Sapporo. How bad the snow? Okay. How bad the snow was in the field. Okay, this one was a January 12th snow. But you can see the shovels there. You can kind of get that F it feel. Okay, and this was a good comparison. This is a snowstorm, defined by the more southern people, and this is a snowstorm by the resident of Snow Country. Can't see anything. That's a blizzard to you. And meantime, some people are trying to get through the winter. It was a good inspiration. Turns out diaper does a wonderful trick of serving as a insulator. The reason the one is facing basically it kind of feels if it's all facing the same way. If the mom felt I was kind of a bit threatening, because Mama face sticking out, so that's why it get flipped to the other side. And weebus are manga artists who wants to draw Hokkaido. Here are a couple of tips. Here are tips of a Hokkaido winter. Do not draw bamboo trees. They don't exist in Hokkaido. And the perennial trees, make sure you don't draw any leaves on there. And for conifers and pine trees, don't forget to pile up snow. Don't forget to pile up snow. Any farmland is is complete snowfield, and make sure you put icicles on the roof, on the edge of the roof of houses that are actually habited. The reason he says this is that the basically if somebody's living there, there's heat coming off the coming out of the house. Every small tiny amount of snow melts on the roof and drips, freezes up, and that forms the icicles. If there's nobody living there, nothing would melt, so there shouldn't be any icicles. So that last one is more for in case you need to write a mystery staged out of Hokkaido. So that's about it for today. That's all I could find about this in one themed bits and pieces. So thanks for coming in, and that's gonna be racist. Which one am I? Yeah, well, I can take it, I'm pretty sure. はい。それじゃあご視聴ありがとうございました。Thanks for coming in, and again, see if I can find something more as coherent as it is today next time around. Your fingers crossed. Hey, thanks for watching.